So just to review what we've done in previous lessons, in order to help us understand passages, the last time we did a lesson, we talked about vocabulary and we talked about context clues.
Yes.
Do you remember what a context clue is?
Yes. If you don't understand a word in the sentence, you read the other part of the sentence, and that's a clue to what that word might be.
Very good. Now, we also did questions, because I know Mr. Toddy gives you questions to do after you complete reading an article or a book.
Yeah.
And those are really good comprehension questions. They help us to understand what we read and put the information together, right?
Yes.
So what we're going to talk about today then is how to make up our own questions, just like Mr. Toddy makes up questions for you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is some before reading information, like we've always done before you read stuff, even with your homework from school.
Okay.
So you are going to read an article, and I want you to read the title for me.
Okay.
What's the title?
What killed the dinosaurs?
All right, and I want you to make a prediction for me about what you think this article is about then, and I'll write it down. Go ahead and tell me.
Well, if the title is What Killed the Dinosaurs, I'm expecting that it's going to tell us what happened and how and what killed the dinosaurs.
Okay, very good. Do you know anything about what killed the dinosaurs? Could you tell me?
Yes, I can actually. All I know is that a meteoroid struck the Earth and put out most of the food population sources for the dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
And so when that happened, the leaf eaters started to die. And when the meat eaters realized that, they didn't realize actually, after they ate all the leaf eaters, because most of them were wiped out, they started to die because there was no more food.
Very good. So before we start reading, can you give me 3 questions that you might have before reading, and then you can see if you can find the answers in the article? What 3 questions do you have?
Well, my first question is, were there more dinosaurs left even though the meat eaters already died out? Were there eggs still there or anything like that?
Okay. What other question might you have?
Did the leaf eaters, even different dinosaurs, had to go into packs together to survive, or were they still in their separate packs?
Okay, so did all the dinosaurs go in a pack, leaf eaters and meat eaters together?
No, just the leaf eaters.
Okay, so did dinosaurs go in packs to survive?
To survive, yeah.
Okay, what about another question? Do you have another question, or do you not have another question?
No, I do not.
Okay, fair enough.
Just can't think of any other.
Okay, Olivia, so now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and read your article, and while you're reading the article, I want you to write down any words that you don't know, and I also want you to write down any questions that come up as you're reading. All right?
Okay.
So go ahead and start reading the article.
May I read to myself?
Yes, you may.
I found a word I do not know. It is Jurassic.
Okay, Jurassic.
Jurassic.
Okay, so go ahead and write it down on the words you don't know.
Okay.
Olivia identified a couple words while she was reading that she didn't understand, and so we're going to use context clues in order to define them. The words that she found were Jurassic, mollusk, ecosystem, and environmental. So Olivia, if I read the sentence that has the word in it, can you try and tell me what that word means?
Yes.
So this says, though there are still some traces of life from the Jurassic period, like certain mollusks and type of reptiles, the age of dinosaurs ended more than 65 million years ago. So what do you think Jurassic means?
A period of time.
Good. And what do you think mollusk means then?
Different dinosaurs / animals.
Okay.
Like,
So if we were to look up mollusk, because I think that's a pretty good definition, different dinosaurs or animals. So if we were to tap it on the iPad and look it up, can you do that? Can you find the word and tap it on the iPad? Hold it down. Nope, go up one. There you go. Now let it go, and let's click define. Okay, so the definition says an invertebrate of large phylum that includes snails, slugs, mussels, and octopuses. They have soft, unsegmented bodies and live in aquatic or damp habitats, and most kinds have an external shell. Okay? So if you need help with the word and the context clues aren't helping you, you can always use your eDefine feature on your iPad when we use it.
so
the
I
next
can't even
word.
do an earth.
Okay, hold on. So the next word that we're going to go to that you didn't understand, and I need to borrow your iPad again so I can read you the sentence, was ecosystem. It says, in any ecosystem where you remove links to key species, that community has problems. What do you think an ecosystem is?
Community for creatures to live in.
Okay. And the next word that you had a problem with was environmental. So let's think about where environmental is. It says these environmental factors, and I believe it's talking about all the things above it. What were the things that you read above that sentence, that were happening? What do you see there? Right here?
Population.
Read it loud.
Can I read the whole thing?
Yeah.
While the herbivores' population was going down, Earth's temperatures were rising.
Good. So it says these environmental factors made the asteroid's impact especially powerful. So what do you think environmental means?
Something to do with environment?
Yeah. And you know the word environment, right?
Yes.
So
It means
environmental would be just like what you said, something to do with the environment. Right?
Okay.
Okay, good job. And you didn't have any questions on that. So the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give you some time to fill out a cause and effect idea map on this reading. That way you can kind of pick out all the things that happened that were important. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and play a game to create our own questions. Okay?
Okay, sounds fine to me.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Write it.
What about plant life? Like the plant life was going down? Caused?
Okay, that's a good cause. The plant life was going down. And what was an effect of the plant life going down?
It was extincting the dinosaurs. Extinct
Okay. Which dinosaurs were going extinct because the plant life was going down?
the leaf eaters.
Very good. So you'll want to write that down on your chart.
Wait, the plant life.
Okay, so you said the plant life was going down.
Oh, just
And then if you look back into your
I just want
text,
herbivore.
what does it say? What does it say?
Decreasing in population.
Okay, so you used a good look back to show what the effect of plant life going down was. And do you see how easy it is to go back to the text and look for the answers to things?
Yes.
Very good. So let's continue to keep doing that because that's a really good tool to use. Okay, so now Olivia, in order to help with self-questioning or the act of questioning what you read in order to get a better understanding, we're going to play a game. And you're going to start creating questions, and I'm going to write them down for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to reach in to the treasure box. And when you reach in, wait for directions. When you reach in, you're either going to get a word popcorn, and you're going to have to make a question based on what's on that word popcorn, or you're going to get unpopped popcorn. And if you get unpopped popcorn, then you have to answer a question that I have for you.
What happens if I grab a coin out of that box?
If you grab one of the gold coins, then you have to tell me something that was interesting or something that you didn't understand. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so now, Olivia, in order to help with self-questioning or the act of questioning what you read in order to get a better understanding, we're going to play a game. And you're going to start creating questions, and I'm going to write them down for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to reach in to the treasure box. And when you reach in, wait for directions. When you reach in, you're either going to get a word popcorn, and you're going to have to make a question based on what's on that word popcorn, or you're going to get unpopped popcorn. And if you get unpopped popcorn, then you have to answer a question that I have for you.
What happens if I grab a coin out of that box?
If you grab one of the gold coins, then you have to tell me something that was interesting or something that you didn't understand. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so here's your article. Feel free to look back in it if you need to. And I want you to go ahead and close your eyes and pick out your first popcorn and show it to the camera. Okay?
If I get a popcorn.
If you get a popcorn. Okay, what does it say?
When?
Okay, so when? What would be a good question based on this article?
When did they die out?
Okay, so when, who is they?
When did the dinosaurs die out?
When did the dinosaurs die out? When do you think the dinosaurs died out based on that?
Ooh.
What should you do if you don't know the answer? Should you guess or should you look back?
It didn't say it.
We can go back and answer them later. Okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead and pick another.
That's...
Oh, you picked the popcorn kernels. All right. So, I'm going to ask you, what is the author's purpose? So why did the author write the article? Why do you think?
Well, I think the author wrote this article so we could learn what he knew about the dinosaurs back then.
Okay, and what specifically about the dinosaurs back then?
What happened? That's why I think he named it, What Killed the Dinosaurs?
Oh, so he wanted us to read it to find out.
What killed the dinosaurs?
Okay, very good.
Here you go.
Thank you. Go ahead and pick another one.
Yes. When did the dinosaurs die out? I'm going to find it in my article here. It says here, 65 million years ago.
Very good. So write down your answer. And based on the information in the article, for your next question, you may have to infer information. So you may have to take what you know and what the article has said and put the information together to get your answer. So whose herd died out first? Plant eaters or meat eaters, according to the article?
Well, if I take a look right here in the breaking food chain, I may be able to find out who died first.
Okay.
Probably seems that the leaf eaters died out first because their population was going down.
Very good.
Population. Pop.
Excellent job doing look backs and answering your questions.